When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you had a good 3-day weekend. Got to have a day off from Johnny Mallory on Monday, so that's always nice. He's going to come in tomorrow instead. And short week this week. We only got 3 shows, Jay, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, with the golf tournament on Friday, which we're going to hit on today. 3 days away. But yeah, Bronco Nation News Live here at BroncoNationNews.com. RowPaint.com, our title sponsor here. Appreciate everybody for checking us out on the social media channels or on the podcast, however you're listening. But Jay Tust, KTV Sports Director, is with us. How's it going, Jay?
It's going good. Calm little Tuesday in late May. This is the quiet time of year, if you will.
Yeah, Rudy already chiming in. It's tournament week. Check the listings for the golf channels live at the BNN Tourney broadcast. Yeah, the anticipation is growing, Jay. Did you make it out to the driving range over the weekend?
No, but I might be trying to make it there this afternoon. We'll see.
All right. Well, the celebrity first shot is you and John Mallory at the 1 tee to start it off, so we can't wait for that.
Man, I thought you said you were tucking me back on like hole 7 or something.
By the way, on my Friday appearance with Prater and Johnny, after we had earlier in the day joked about, is there a chance Johnny could completely miss and whiff on a shot? He claims no chance. He claims no chance that he'll actually completely miss a shot.
I'm not taking that bet.
We will have make sure somebody in his group before we start is tracking that or paying attention to that, and hopefully can maybe get some video of that. But I will be out mingling around the course once we're going. I'll get some video and some photos, and I will definitely try to get a shot or two of Johnny's swing. Prater, I guess, is the best golfer of the 3, I believe. JP, I think, is okay, and then Johnny, I think, was forced into playing by Prater. So we'll see what happens. But no, going to be a good time and looking forward to it, Jay. And it's going to be when was the last time you played an actual round of golf?
Oh, a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
not
long.
as much like all fun and games and free time as people think in this industry.
Not necessarily. Golf ain't a cheap sport either, if you know what I mean.
Nope. And this weather hasn't exactly been golf weather the last couple of months.
Not necessarily a great spring here.
Not much of a 3-day weekend. Memorial Day, I was having to try to barbecue some kebabs out in the rain yesterday. It wasn't exactly ideal, but yeah, should be fun Friday. And I'll just mention now, I did have a couple people reach out asking if they could just come buy some raffle tickets and have lunch if they couldn't play golf. We are going to have a limited number of spots available, so you just do have to tell me ahead of time. You can't just show up. So if you are interested in coming out and meeting Jay and all the other celebrities, that'll be. I think Jay has you have waived your autograph fee for this tournament, right?
I didn't know I could ever have one of those.
Johnny's still trying to charge his $450 or whatever it is, but
doesn't surprise me.
Jay will take pictures and sign for free. And so if you want to meet Jay and some of the other celebrities Friday, just email me, rains@BroncoNationNews.com, and we'll get you set up. But I will say, BJ, I did get over to the putting green at one of the local sporting goods stores, so I feel pretty tuned up here. That counts. You know what? That's my problem, actually. I spend my entire 15 minutes before my round using my driver off the tee and then I go out on the course and lose about 10 strokes on the putting green. I mean, it's not fun to practice putting, but that's usually where I get my rounds, where they go haywire. But I know we've been talking about it for a couple months now, Jay, but it is only 3 days away, and it's going to be I know it's an inconvenience for some with the scheduling and all that, and I'm sure it is for you, but it is going to be a a fun time to get out there. The weather looks like it's going to be great, 80 and partly cloudy on Friday, and meet some fans and some sponsors and listeners, readers, and it should be a good time.
Honestly, these are the times where I feel like I get to play golf these days because it's like I get an excuse.
Where you're forced into it.
from my boss at work and from my boss at home. So, it all works. It works.
So what you're saying is you would now want a weekly Bronco Nation.
Yeah, do it weekly, man. Do it weekly. This is a great excuse for me. So.
Well, we appreciate, I've told you privately, but we really appreciate you working your schedule around to make it out there. And there should be a good mixture of with some coaches and some former players. And you did tell me, Thomas Spurbeck, we were pretty much at a full field. We made an exception and added one more team for Thomas Spurbeck. And you're telling me that may have been a mistake in terms of other teams wanting to try to win.
I know Thomas is going to be good. I also would like to know Mike Burns' handicap, his legit handicap before he tees it up on Friday.
Mike Burns and Tim Duryea are both actually surprisingly good golfers.
No, not surprisingly. I want to know. I don't want anybody out there sandbagging.
Well, we've got Mike. Yeah, Mike Burns is playing with a couple of my sponsors and Tim Duryea as well, and so they've got a little rivalry going. Transportation Compliance Service and the brothers are going to be going at it on the course. We've got Duryea and Burns out there, and yeah, they're going to. From what I've heard, they're going to be Burns and Duryea are going to have the side bets going themselves for their foursomes. It's going to be a fun time, Jay. I'm just hoping you can somehow pull in the hole in one for the free car, man.
I'll keep my fingers crossed. It certainly won't be off talent. It'll be 100% luck. The only way that I could ever win a free car.
Yeah, you're right. We are starting you back on hole 7. You'll be back in the way back corner, as far away from anybody as possible. That is
perfect.
Yeah, that was the one request you had. You'll be playing with the Atkinson's Mirror and Glass crew, and we appreciate them. Tin Roof Tacos, Shop Strange, Apparel Company. We got ICCU, RowPaint.com, all of our great sponsors. Boise Dentistry Co. is doing the closest to the pin. If you need a new golf bag, just get it closest to the pin on hole 8, and you win a new golf bag, Jay. So that'll be fun. We got United Commercial Insurance doing the long drive. And so that big thanks to Stein Distributing, by the way, before we move on. They are providing the alcohol, and then they're providing some prizes for the raffle and stuff. So, Rudy says Alec Danin's brother, Nick, playing with Spurbeck is real good. So there you go. That may be maybe that team is going to be one of the someone asking, Jay, if you have a star on the Idaho Walk of Fame yet. I didn't even know
Idaho Walk of Fame. Randy, build that thing.
There you go.
Give me a star if you know anybody, if you got connection.
Rudy says drive for show, putt for dough. Ain't that the truth? Also chiming in, whiff ball game. We had air ball game. Now we have whiff ball game. I got faith in Johnny. I don't think he's going to completely miss. I think if he gets out there early enough to get a few shots in, he has to do his show from 3 to 6 right after. So maybe he'll have an excuse if something happens. You got to go in and work. I mean, so yeah, maybe there'll be some built-in excuses if it doesn't go well. But that's the great thing about a scramble. As long as nobody's filming, Jay, you just one of the 18 drives, pipe one for them to use down the fairway. Maybe make a putt or two and meet some new people and have fun.
Yeah. I got all the excuses built in. I got to work after. I haven't played golf in a year. My back's a little tight. My hamstrings.
I didn't pay enough for the appearance fee to come out. Yeah,
the weather isn't. I like it above 80 when I golf, and it's only going to be like 79. So,
Kurt chiming in, no excuses here. Look at, and Rudy says the greens are fast too, Jay, giving you the little heads up.
Thanks, Rudy. Scout report.
The putting green will be open, so we will have all the details sent today to the players. If you're playing in the tournament, the final details will be sent today. But it's going to be fun for me, man. You guys are kind of my family here. Bronco Nation News now with Jay and Prater and Johnny and just all the listeners and commenters and Rudy and everybody on here, Kurt. So I'm looking forward to really meeting everybody and seeing everybody, and it's going to be a fun time for me. I'm really looking forward to this. It's kind of my new family here the last 5-6 months with Bronco Nation News. So we'll see everybody Friday. And again, if you want to play, you can just or if you want to come watch and just have the raffle tickets and have lunch, email me, rains@bronconationnews.com. We'll make that happen. We just ask you to buy some raffle tickets and spend a little money out there, and we'll make that happen. So we're continuing our countdown of the 25 players, and I think this one might surprise people a little bit, Jay. But before we do, I want to tell folks quickly about Transportation Compliance Service. 1,000 people a day are jumping into that trucking industry. If you're looking for a fresh start, a career change, they can get all the permits and all the things you need to get out there on the road, towing that first load. A local company, big supporter of the local teams, and they're a national company, though, just based here in the Treasure Valley. So check them out, transcomservice.com. Same for United Commercial Insurance. As I said, they'll be providing the prizes for the longest drive. They donated some stuff to the raffle as well. Brandon Meinert and his staff do a tremendous job. They can write business insurance policies in 44 states around the country. So check them out, unitedcommercialinsurance.com. They make business insurance easy. And as I said, big supporter of mine and my venture here. So we appreciate them. And if you own a business or run a business or handle the insurance for a business, you may think you have good rates, but it takes a quick call to see. Give them a shout out. Check them out online. Ask for Brandon, unitedcommercialinsurance.com. And Boise Dentistry Co. They're doing the free golf bag, Jay, a full nice golf bag with the Boise Dentistry Co. logo. If you're able to get the closest to the pin on hole 8. Now, that is over water. Luckily, Jay, you are getting a sleeve of balls for free in case one of those balls ends up in the water. But we appreciate Boise Dentistry Co. Again, locations across the Treasure Valley, full family dentistry. So if you, that's kind of what happened to us. We moved to a new house and needed a new dentist that was closer, and hooked up with Dr. Meinert, and they do a great job there. So check them out, BoiseDentistryCo.com. And JL Skinner will be out there on behalf of Boise Dentistry Co. passing out some stuff at their hole. We got Riley Smith coming out for Tin Roof Tacos, I believe. So it's going to be a good time. A little who's who, I guess you could say, out there on Friday at Timberstone, and going to be a good time. So we're on number 10, Jay, and we're actually going to do I have to get 5 into 3 days here, and I was trying to figure out how to do this, but I'm going to do 2 tomorrow and 2 on Thursday, but we'll do 1 today because we do have a little video to play as well. But I think this might surprise some people. I'm not sure if this surprised you or not when you saw the initial list, but Brandon Hawkins, linebacker who we're projecting to be the starter. Nothing's set in stone, but the leading candidate to replace Riley Wimpy at weak side linebacker. And so just because of the importance of replacing somebody like Riley Wimpy, the importance of playing a linebacker in Boise State's defense, and a guy that's entering his 5th year in the program, 31 games, no career starts, I think there's some pressure on Brandon Hawkins this year. And you've got, Zeke Noah, who maybe struggled at times last year. They're needing a big year from him. We'll get to him in a couple days. But I think this is a big year for Brandon Hawkins, and it may surprise some people, but we've got Brandon Hawkins top 10 on this list.
Well, I think you just look at the leadership and productivity of a guy like Riley Wimpy. And, Riley, for the most part, over the later part of his career, is able to stay healthy. And so, due to his longevity, he put up some decent tackle numbers. And that's a place that there are a specific position that they're going to have to fill quite a bit of production at. And, I just think the linebacker spot in general, they have to have some guys rise to the occasion and show that they've been working behind the scenes and developing. Because, you look back at some of these years when this Boise State defense has been good, they've had really productive linebackers. And I don't know if that position has had quite the same pop and athleticism, of the days where you had a guy like Leighton Vander Esch, who was the elite of the elite, roaming in the middle of Boise State's defense.
No, I mean, he only had 12 tackles last year. He's played, as I said, 31 games the past 3 years, but he only has 20 career tackles. Last year, though, primarily a special teams player, did have a blocked punt, forced a fumble as well, but did have 1 sack. And again, I think as I wrote about it, and it'll be up shortly on BroncoNationNews.com after the show, as I mentioned in my story, Jay, a lot of this was no fault of his own. You're playing behind one of the most productive and, players in the history of Boise State football when you come to what Riley Wimpy did in terms of being an all-Mountain West player, an All-American by some publications, and 284 tackles, 21.5 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, fumble return. You go down the line, Riley Wimpy, he would have started for a lot of teams. When Riley Wimpy decided to come back for that extra year in 2021, Jay, I think that obviously hurt a guy like Brandon Hawkins, but Brandon Hawkins does have 2 years left with the COVID situation here. But again, a 5th-year senior, so to speak, 31 career games. A lot of times, Jay, that's not really the time that you're starting in. By this time in your career, if you're not starting, there's a reason. And I think, maybe folks look at Brandon Hawkins and go, oh, that's a question mark, and it probably is. But I look at it as more he would have started earlier, probably, if not for Riley Wimpy.
Yeah, I mean, and remember that Riley, I think you mentioned that he utilized his COVID year last year. So that, delayed things for a guy like Brandon Hawkins. And, Andy Avalos, when he talks about recruiting, he's very big on, stacking classes and making sure that, that you're not just like senior heavy or one specific class heavy at any given position. And it kind of seems like that's the way they got with linebacker there for just a moment. They kind of had a lot of older guys. Maybe some of the younger ones didn't quite develop at the rate that you wanted them to, or whatever it is. I don't know, but it was hard for Brandon to get on the playing field consistently last year. The one thing that will work in his favor is he does have experience, though. I mean, like I don't think he's going to be overwhelmed by a larger role because he's been waiting for this opportunity, and he has been playing in games. Specifically on special teams. I remember down at UCF last year, he had one of the biggest hits of the season, and it was kind of one of those walk the fine line, is it legal or not? And then later on in the year, he actually was, I don't know if you want to call it the benefit of one of those, but Riley Wimpy got dinged for a targeting call, and he had to miss basically a full game, the second half of UTEP, I believe, and the first half of Oklahoma State, I believe. And so there was, Brandon got elevated into a little bit of a role there. And, the second half of the Oklahoma State game, we saw how that went. Riley Wimpy was greatly missed in the first half of that thing. So either way, I understand why you have slotted Brandon Hawkins where you have. And the funny thing about it, and I kind of look at the same with cornerback. If it's not him, it's somebody his position that's going to have to rank at 8th on this team.
Yep. And you think about, and that's kind of what it is. It's Brandon Hawkins and some people were asking about who else is in the mix there. Somebody asked about the Sean Misa, where he fits into this. Coming as an incoming freshman.
They love that true freshman. I know they do, but I just don't know if it can be the expectation to plug a true freshman into the middle of the defense and ask him to do everything that a guy like Riley Wimpy did for you the last couple of years. And I don't even mean tackle production. I just mean being able to know the defense, communicate the defense, do all of the other things that you have to do at that spot.
Yeah, and 31 career games, so you're right. I mean, maybe it was only a couple plays here and there, but there is some to getting experience. 31 career games the past 3 years. He's going in on his 5th year. Crazy to believe. He signed way back in 2018, redshirted that year, debuted in 2019. The last 3 years, as we said, and last year again 12 tackles in 12 games. But as you said, got some. I think I just said you said and we said like 4 times in 10 seconds there. But, he did have some experience in a couple of those games where players went out or it was blowouts and he came in late in the game. So we're going to do 25 questions or storylines going into fall camp, later this summer. And I think linebacker will certainly be one of those. But I don't think it's really fair to him, I guess, he's in a tough spot, 5th year, first time potentially starting. I think you agree that we both agree he'll be the starter. You think?
Going into fall camp, his expectation better be that he is the starter too, for that matter, right? I mean, if it's not now, it might be never for him. So I would say that would be the expectation whenever fall camp rolls around here in 2 months.
Well, and he did speak with the media at the very end of fall or spring practice. We were getting ready for the spring game, I believe, or it was sometime during spring camp. So we do want to hear from him in just a second. But I want to tell folks about Ridley's Family Markets. Shop Ridley's.com, 13 Idaho locations, the at-home shopping, the Skip app, the home delivery, all that great stuff. Great deals going on right now that are extended through Memorial Day, for a couple days. So check them out, shopridleys.com. The Blue and Orange store as well. They will be providing the prizes that Jay Tust is gunning for, first place in the tournament. So we'll hopefully be able to give Jay a gift card to the Blue and Orange store if they can come through and his team can win the tournament. So if they're online, the blueandorangestore.com. If you're in the area, go check them out at the Boise Town Square Mall. And, I don't have it close enough to go grab, Jay, but the Blue and Orange store donated a couple mini helmets that I sent down to Kellen Moore, and he signed them and mailed them back, and they will be in the raffle for the on Friday. So we have a couple Kellen Moore signed mini helmets. So we appreciate the Blue and Orange store for taking care of that. Matt Bauscher will be there on Friday as well, the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley, assuming we don't eject him at some point during the tournament. Check him out, BauscherRealEstate.com, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Treasure Valley. Really appreciate him. And last but not least, Timberstone Golf Course, playtimberstone.com. Might try to sneak in around this week. One more check of the course to make sure we're in good shape, Jay, for Friday. You can book your tee time. Plenty are available. Playtimberstone.com, and the weather is looking better for the rest of the week. So the best greens in the valley. It's a great course. Kelly and Tad do a tremendous job, and Tad's a former BSU golfer. Kelly's a big supporter. So if you're looking for a new course to try out or just a fun day on the course, Timberstone Golf Course is your spot. Play Timberstone. KTVB.com. Let's hear from Brandon Hawkins. This is about 4 minutes that he did. I figured it was good for folks to hear from him and what it takes as he's trying to go into that year and replace Riley Wimpy as that starting weak side linebacker.
For you? It went good. Took a lot of steps developing and getting better at. Well, the team got better too. We were able to compete. So it was good seeing how some of the other guys grew too and how they could help me grow. So
how tough is it to replace a guy like Riley Wimpy who just played so many games?
Riley's awesome. He was able to teach us a lot of things. He left a legacy for us and just taught us how to do things. So he didn't leave us completely. He left us with things that we could grow on. And so we're all just trying to compete and see who can fill it in and who can get better and replace him.
What's the biggest difference playing with the ones than playing with like the twos or the threes or whatever you were before?
Well, getting to look at going with different groups, we were able to compete against different people. If you just stick with one group, it's you kind of learn their tendencies, but then also when you get to go with other groups, you get to see different looks. So some of the other guys have stepped up and were able to get those looks too, and so it helped us all grow and get better and just keep competing.
How long have you got to wait for a bigger chance at a bigger opportunity, and why might you be ready for that?
Well, just stepping on campus from the very beginning, I wanted to do everything I could for the team, and that starting younger, it was mixed in a little bit, but special teams, and that was my role then, so I just tried to excel in everything I could there. But not just getting angry about not doing what I want to do. It's about just being part of the team, and I was able to do that early on, and then now I have an opportunity with Riley, but it's not just me. We're competing with other guys to see who can fill in that spot, and if it's not me later on, then I'll just keep doing what I can for the team.
You mentioned special teams. I think you had a punt block last year, right? What was that moment like for you?
It was awesome. I mean, we were talking about that moment. It's comparing it to other, like hitting a grand slam in baseball, and I think it's one of the best feelings in football.
Yeah, as you look at your job, what is your role as a weak side linebacker, and how is it different from a middle linebacker?
Most of the time, the mics are more inside the box. I mean, we're mixed in a little bit here and there, but we're out there with receivers, kind of more skilled people versus having to be just straight on tight ends. So the ability to play more in space, but also mix it in and get in the box with the O-lineman and the tight ends. So it's a little challenge sometimes, but it's something.
You guys work on both? You work on Will and Mike and Will, and you guys go back and forth? Are you focused strictly on Will?
We're typically at one position.
Okay. Are they interchangeable if they had to be?
I could go play Mike right now if I just learning in the meeting rooms and watching other people. It's something that we could do.
Having Zeke next to you, how helpful is that, having that experience?
Zeke's awesome. He's somebody who's played a lot of football, and he's somebody just like Riley that I can just keep learning from. That's benefited me a lot ever since I got here because he played his, I guess, redshirt freshman year. So just getting to watch him and see how he grew and developed and kind of implementing that in my steps and how I attacked games and just every opportunity I got, just learning from them and being able to grow from them.
If this does turn out to be you and Zeke, I mean, just kind of talk about that linebacker duo. What do you guys bring to the table? What would be your strengths? How would you be difference makers in the fall?
Well, Zeke's a really good run fitter. I mean, he's one of those guys that he can almost do anything. He's a great football player. I feel like I could bring some speed to the table, but just kind of mixing it up. He's a bigger body. I'm a little smaller body than him, so it's just different looks. And if we have to do one thing, I mean, he can do what I could do, and so. But
what's the biggest strength of your game?
It's my speed. I'm able to move in space and my speed.
Kind of like what Jay was asking you, but I mean, you just think about how long you've waited for this opportunity. How exciting is it to potentially have a bigger role and know you might get a chance to be out there more?
It's really exciting. I mean, it's something I think about all the time. I grew up dreaming about playing college football, and now having the opportunity to start is something that's really cool to me. And if I could look back and never in a million years. But as a little kid, just dreaming about it, and it's really cool that I get the opportunity to have a chance to start.
Well, there you go, Jay. He says, never in a million years. Well, maybe as a kid dreaming about it, the chance to potentially start. And he talked about just his excitement level. And I would think for any guy, Jay, where you go into the season, you go into January, and you got a guy like Riley Wimpy in front of you, and you're not, wanting anybody to get hurt. You're not wanting anything. But I mean, he had to know, again, when Riley Wimpy took that 6th year and said, I'm coming back, that had to be a little bit of a hit to him to know, okay, they got Noah and Wimpy, and I'm probably not going to play much again this year. And that's got to be a tough thing to work through and practice for a full year. And I would think that the feeling is different this offseason for him, knowing that Riley Wimpy is gone and knowing that, hey, man, I do have a chance to potentially finally be an impact player here.
Yeah, I think that the importance of the linebacker position also kind of embodies a little bit what the whole program, wants to be about, right? Like blue collar, underdog. And that's, even if you rope Zeke Noah into this thing, I mean, Zeke's played a lot and he's had a lot of production, but I think that, one could argue that maybe his best season is still in front of him. And I know Zeke's having a great offseason. I mean, he's working hard. So when it comes to guys like Zeke and Brandon, I mean, they're the guys that can lead the charge with this blue collar mentality. Like you counted us out. We're going to overachieve and we can set the tone for this defense. And at the very least, they'll have the opportunity to do that. So we'll have to see if it comes to fruition, I guess. But you can see that how much football means to a guy like Brandon Hawkins. And I know that everybody thinks that football means the world to everybody over in that facility, but in all honesty, it's not true. I mean, it means more to some people. And Brandon's been dreaming about this his whole life. He's a Texas kid, so of course he has. And it'll be fun to see if he can make it all, that dream come true with a big impact final year at Boise State potential. I mean, he does have one more if he wants to utilize the COVID year, but it'll be interesting to see if he can make a big impact this season.
Hey, Lithia Ford of Boise, appreciate them. Compare, shop, finance. You can do it all online at lithiafordboise.com. Looking forward to seeing Jim Sturk and company out there on Friday. Dan Potter, I believe, is playing with one of the Lithia teams, so looking forward to that. Appreciate Lithia Ford, Idaho Central Credit Union as well, iccu.com. Make the switch today. We've done that in our family, and Bronco Nation News, we're now proud ICCU customers. I was going to say subscribers, but customers. So appreciate them. ICCU.com. Check them out for all your personal and business banking needs. And of course, our title sponsor, rowpaint.com. Power and people, pride in painting, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. Done work on my garage, my patio, and they can do great work for you, whether you want to spruce up that garage or need some touch up on the siding outside. Check them out, rowpaint.com, and you will not be disappointed. Final 2-3 minutes here, Jay. There was a little bit of basketball news over the weekend. We reported at BroncoNationNews.com that Cade Rice is joining the basketball team at Boise State, a local product that you know very well from Bishop Kelly High School. You've followed his career certainly more than I have in terms of watching him play. And Cade Rice, Leon Rice's youngest son and the brother of Max Rice, went to play in Branson, Missouri for a year, but now is coming back. And going to be a pretty cool story to now have two of Leon Rice's sons playing. And I know one, happens a decent amount, but I don't know how often I've heard of two both playing for, just because sometimes you don't have two boys or haven't be the same age to do it. And for the next 2 years here, you're going to have two Rices playing for the Boise State men's basketball team. Your thoughts?
When Max committed, he was technically a walk-on, worked his way up into a scholarship player. And I think Max has exceeded expectations, in my opinion. I think Max has been a great player for Boise State, especially for how and where they got him out of. Cade's a kid that, you expect his basketball IQ to be high. It's funny because all the Rice boys, well, I guess with the exception of Brock, are taller. Well, Brock's taller than Pops, but still, the other two are quite a bit taller than Dad or Coach, I should say, I guess. But more than anything, Boise State adds a piece, and they still have an open scholarship available to do something before the transfer portal closes, or I guess it doesn't really close, but in order to have it happen here soon, so they could have whoever comes in eligible prior to next season. So they still maintain that flexibility, and they get a kid with a high basketball IQ.
Yeah, I've had a couple people not liking the move, Jay. A couple text messages, emails, people on Twitter saying, "Oh, here's Coach Rice again, handing out a spot to his son." And does any other team and any other coach in America do this, where he just gives roster spots to his sons? And some people don't like it. I'll just be honest. So I don't get that. He's a walk on. He's probably going to redshirt this year. I don't know if he comes in with the same trajectory that Max did, and maybe he develops into that, but. It's not like the first game next year, Max and Cade are both going to be starting. I mean, let's temper the expectations here. And it's nothing against Cade. I just don't get why fans are making such a big deal about this. He's a walk-on. You need walk-ons. You need guys in practice that can, play when the starters aren't playing as many minutes in practice, later in the season, especially. You need guys like that on your team. I mean, Sam Winter played in like 4 games this year. I think he played like 5 total minutes or something like that. I mean, every team has guys like that. So if it just happens to be where you can get, it's not like Cade Rice has never played basketball and they just gave him a spot on the team. I mean, he played at Bishop Kelly, started for Bishop Kelly, went and played at one of the premier high school teams in the country. I got no problem with it. I think it's a cool deal. I think it's really cool for the Rice family. And yeah, there's companies all over the country where there's people working for them because they have the same last name as the owner. I mean, it's just how it works in this country. So I have absolutely no problem with it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't. It's been a while since I've seen Cade play, so I would be lying to you if I could say that I could assess his basketball ability. So I'm not even going to try to do that.
Who cares? Who cares, though?
I said, if there are people that are critical of it, that's their prerogative. And honestly, I understand that because it does, the optics of it are maybe unique, I guess. But I also will say that it worked out with the first one, right? Like, do you expect Max to be the leading scorer on the team next year? No. But that's not what you want. I mean, that's not everybody's role on a basketball team. If you want a guy that, again, plays with a high basketball IQ, doesn't do a lot wrong, has the ability to stay on the court for long stretches of time and not mess up. Like, that's what, Max has done a good job at. And he can shoot. So while I honestly, I haven't seen Cade play in a long time and I can't pretend to know everything about his game. I will say that this opportunity did work out with Max pretty well. So only time will tell.
Again, nothing against Cade, but I don't really care. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like he's played basketball. He just played against one of the premier high school. You just played on one of the premier high school teams in the country. It's not like he's a guy that has never. Like I said, it's not like he's a soccer player that Leon's just putting on the basketball team because it's his kid. I mean, the kid's played basketball, and again, I'm not expecting him. This is nothing against Cade. I'm not expecting him to come in and start. I mean, he is what he is, and so I mean, I don't think people expected Max to come in and start right away either. And you're right, he worked his way up. And you mentioned the optics and all that. That's fine. But you know what? Like, again, they're not giving him a scholarship. He's not taking any playing time away from anybody. He's a practice player. And you know what? It's a cool deal for them. And it happens all over the country with guys. Someone said, oh, is this the only place in the country it happens? No. There's walk-ons all over the country that their dad's a coach or they're friends with the dad who's coaching at another school. And that's the only reason they're on the team. So to get to do it for the Rice family for a couple of years, I think it's cool. I do.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, you make a valid point. Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. And again, if he
I was gonna say too, BJ. Sorry, I was listening to you for a moment and I forgot what I was gonna say. But I was gonna say you brought up his high school team that he played at this last year. I bet you that the talent on his high school team probably has more collective stars than Boise State's guys coming out of high school. He played on a really, really good high school team.
He told me all 14, and he's actually going to try to join us tomorrow or Thursday on the show. But he said that all 14 players, counting himself with the walk-on, have Division I offers. So all 4, they were like a top 5 high school team in the country, and he didn't play a lot. But I mean, he's playing against guys going to Arkansas and some big-time schools, I believe. And so he told me just the year of practicing made him so much better than if he had stayed for his senior year at Bishop Kelly. And so again, he's a walk-on. I expect him to redshirt this year. I think it's cool. I think people have much bigger things they could worry about. They still have a scholarship left, and we'll figure it out. But, Jay, appreciate your time today, man. I know you're on daddy daycare today, so we'll
made it.
Doing great. Doing great.
I've checked in a couple times, got the baby cam on her.
Well, we appreciate it, man. I know how that goes. We appreciate you making it work today with the circumstances. And yeah, she was awesome. Didn't hear. I was expecting the door to come open and come walking in, but
He's done awesome.
I don't usually get that lucky when I'm working from home with my kids. So.
I'm trying to get off because I know at any moment it's the dam's going to break. You know what I mean? So
yep, we'll let you go. We'll see you Friday. Looking forward to it, and we appreciate you doing that. And that's your trade-off. You get out of the show Friday, but you got to come spend 6 hours with us at the course. But
sounds good to me, man.
We appreciate it, man. We'll see you Friday. Thanks, Jay.
Bye, bud. Yep.
There he is, Jay Tust, the best in the business, sports director at KTVB, and he will be joining us Friday for the golf tournament. Prater will be out there. Johnny will be out there. Where's our big man, the center? Yes, they're looking for they do have one scholarship left, and they are looking for that probably a post player. We'll see. What's the beef really is a walk-on with expectations starting at the – you'd be surprised, Big Wade. I had more than one people reach out saying they were not huge fans of this, so I have no problem with it. I think it's cool. It's a scramble, Jake, scramble. All the information, if you're playing in the tournament, is going out today to the leaders of the foursome. So if you're the leader of the foursome, you'll get an email today with all the final details. But due to the pace of play and having a full field, we're just going straight scramble for this one. And we'll hopefully get into the shamble maybe next year. Rudy says we had announced the transfer of a big man. The Rice News would probably not move the needle. Agree. And they're still looking for one, so we'll see what happens there. It's all good. We know the Rice kids bring more than just talent, smarts, and character. Agree. One of the best walk-ons Boise State has had. Rice track record is great. Yeah, he is a scholarship player now. He started as a walk-on, Derek, but I get the point, and you're correct that yes, he is. And Max Rice has gotten a little heat too for the start that he had, starting out 1 for 24. But he once he got past that, he had a really strong second half finish to the season, and I think they're expecting big things from him moving forward. But anyone that wants to get maybe that's the expectations of Boise State basketball now. We've gotten to a point where we're going to make a big deal about a walk-on that's going to redshirt this year. And if that's, now where the expectations are at of this program, I think Boise State basketball is certainly moving in the right direction because a guy that's not going to see the floor this year, I don't know why people care about him as much. But I had 3 or 4 people that, the optics are bad and, this is a bad look. And does this happen anywhere else in the country where they let the dad just lets his kids play on the team? And yes, it does. It happens everywhere. So I think it's awesome. I think it's cool for Robin Rice, Leon's wife, their mom, to get to go to the games. I think it's cool for Max and Cade. They were 4 years apart, so they never got to play together in high school or anything. And then with Max redshirting and having the COVID year, they got two years together, and they said, why not? So I think it's pretty cool. Kurt Blake saying some people just want to complain. And I believe Brock Rice played, was it Northwest Christian for a year or two? So I wonder if he had wished he had come and walked on as well, and they could have had all 3 play for him. But he played NAIA ball at, I think, Northwest Christian in College of Idaho's league for a year or two. I agree, Kurt. Some people just want to complain. So it is what it is. But we appreciate all of our sponsors. We're going to have John Mallory tomorrow. With Monday being a holiday, we flipped Johnny to tomorrow. We'll have 2 players tomorrow on our countdown. We'll have Prater on Thursday, 2 players on our countdown, and that'll get us through the week. And then Friday will be the golf tournament. Derek saying, good point. Love the attention to the basketball program. It's a basketball town now. I want to know who won 21 on the driveway. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Which of the 3 were the better players growing up? I know Brock could shoot it back in his day, and Max as well. Max has the height advantage, I believe. So we'll have to get to the bottom of that as well. But appreciate everybody for checking us out. Hopefully you used Westside Pizza over the weekend. I know of at least one person that reached out to me saying they did. BNN25 is the promo code. WestsidePizza.com. BNN25 is the promo code. If you order online, you get 25% off your entire order at Westside Pizza. So check them out. Support the sponsors, and we appreciate Westside Pizza. And great pizza, great wings, the calzones. But I got to say the cookie pizza is the Raines family favorite so far. It's a chocolate chip cookie pizza is awesome, but they got good breadsticks, cheese sticks. The Death by Pizza is just like a 7-pound pizza. It's ridiculous. That's worth checking out as well. They have a thing where you get $50, I believe, and get your name on a wall and a t-shirt if you can eat it in an hour. So maybe we can get Mike Prater and some folks involved trying to go after that. But appreciate everybody for checking us out today. Hope you had a good 3-day weekend. And again, if you're interested in coming out to the golf tournament, just to hang out, have some raffle tickets, have lunch, please email me, rains@bronconationnews.com, and we'll get you some information and try to make that happen. rains@bronconationnews.com. New polo, by the way. What do you think here? We got the new Bronco Nation News polo. Got a couple of them, actually. So Yeah, appreciate everybody. And again, the tournament Friday, so no show Friday, but we'll try to get some video and put a little recap together. We'll have plenty of social media coverage of that throughout the day. And then we'll have a little recap of that on Monday's show with Johnny. But yeah, that's going to be fun. And again, just email me. And if you're interested in coming out for lunch and to spend some raffle tickets, we'll try to make that happen. And then if you are playing in the tournament, I'll be sending out the final details today. So check your email or talk to the leader of your foursome and tell them that you want to, make sure they forward on the email to you of what's going to be going on with the tournament on Friday. So going to be a lot of fun. Some great sponsors, great friends have stepped up and are making this happen. We're going to raise a lot of money for the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. BNN hat for Big Way. We're working on some other hats. Right now, the only hat we have is this one. And I don't know, again, if I'm allowed to I can't sell them. Might be able to give them away. I don't know yet. There's some rules on merchandise that I'm still trying to navigate. So we'll try to figure that out. But again, Idaho Central Credit Union, rowpaint.com, our two title sponsors of the tournament. And I can't believe it's already tournament week. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and appreciate Shop Strange for their support as a sponsor. Tin Roof Tacos is going to be out there. Atkinson's Mirror and Glass as well. So support all the sponsors, and let's keep everybody happy, keep the show going. And it's going to be a fun fall, I think, as we move through the summer. I think it's got big potential for Boise State football, big potential for Boise State basketball, and Bronco Nation News is going to be there every step of the way to cover it for you. So appreciate everybody. We'll see you tomorrow with John Mallory as we knock two more players off the countdown, and we'll keep getting you set for Friday's golf tournament. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Looks like the weather's finally a little better, and it should be better the rest of the week, so we're excited for that. And we will talk to you tomorrow, 9 a.m., Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com.
At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.